Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 7 and welcome to the brand new 2018 Porsche 911 GT2RS. This is a rather phenomenal vehicle. It is currently the fastest road-going car around the Nürburgring. It's at a time of a 6:47, which smashed the previous record held by the Lamborghini Huracan Performante by 5 seconds. That's astonishingly quick. It is also rather cheap for what it is here in Forza Motorsport 7. This car, the fastest car around the Nürburgring, costs just 310,000 credits, which is not a lot, especially when you consider the price of some of the cars in this game, such as the R34 Skyline cost 210,000 credits. Hell, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo costs 100,000 credits more than this. So, is this the best way, or sorry, is this the cheapest way to go quickly in this game? Is this the ultimate budget car, as strange as that sounds? Well, let's find out, because what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking the GT2RS for 6 laps around Sebring International Raceway to set the best time it possibly can. Then I'm going to try and make a budget alternative to this car, see if we can go any quicker, and to make things even harder on myself, I'm going to be using another 911 for this car, or another Porsche I should say, is what I'm going to be using to see if I can target the GT2RS. It's actually my first time driving this one, because I actually did buy one of these. Actually, no, I think it came up in the prize wheel. I can't remember. No, I did buy this because there's an achievement unlocked for it, so of course I bought it. I was going to buy it anyway because, yeah, I'm not really a huge 911 fan. There is no doubting that, but this is a rather phenomenal bit of kit. Again, it's almost 700 horsepower. It is still rear-wheel drive. That's the crazy thing about this. It is, you know, still rear-engined rear-wheel drive, yet it can beat the Lamborghini Huracan Performante by 5 seconds. Again, I'm really not a huge Nürburgring guy either as well. Everyone knows that. But, I mean, even I have to be impressed by a car that can do that sort of work around that track. It is pretty crazy. As I said, this might possibly be the ultimate sort of track toy in the world right now. This might be the best car in terms of all-round performance in the world right now. So, yeah, obviously I'm very intrigued by it. And it actually doesn't drive too badly as well. The 2012 GT2RS was in previous Forza games. I remember first driving that in Forza Motorsport 4, and I really did not like that car. It had quite a bone-shaking ride to it. The ride on it was very bumpy, and that, you know, usually in Forza you're like, oh, that's not a problem, you're not sitting in the actual car, what does it matter? Well, it actually sort of was so low, it scraped across the ground. It was sort of what we call bone shaker builds, or that's what we called them back in the day. So, yeah, it was quite a mental thing. It also wasn't the most controllable car in the world. It was very quick, the old GT2RS, there's no denying that. If you sort of wanted a car to go quickly around a track, the GT2RS was one of the best ways to do it. And again, that was another car that was astonishingly good value. Even in this game, I believe it only cost about 250,000 credits for the old GT2RS, which is pretty darn impressive. So, yeah, but this new one, it isn't that scary. I mean, it is a little bit terrifying. There is no denying that. This is still a true 911. This is basically a race car. It is sort of edge of your seat. It does feel like it could sort of go and run away from you at any moment. There's a little bit of understeer, which you sort of expect from 911 platforms because they don't have much weight at all over the front end. But there's an actual car. It is driving pretty darn well, I do have to say. I do quite like, ooh, God, the way it is driving. It's sort of enough to keep you on your feet, but it's actually quite predictable enough that you can get decent enough sort of turns of speed out of it. Ooh, as we go a bit sideways into there. You do have to fight it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you want an easier to drive car around the track, you are going to go for a Lamborghini Huracan. And to be honest with you, between this, the Huracan, the 650S, you know, stuff like that, of course, you know, we don't have the Performante or anything like that in this game. I would probably still advise you go for the Huracan, just because it is that little bit easier to drive. It won't run away from you as much. You can get more performance out of it. You know, you can probably upgrade that car and it'd still be absolutely fine. I can imagine this car might be one of those where it's like the Viper ACR, where if you try and upgrade it, it will just try and kill you. Now, if you're asking me for sort of the best track car in the world right now, you know, what should you be buying if you want to go sort of just smash a track and get some records, I would still probably advise against the 911 GT2. Me personally, if I'm choosing a full-on like track car, I'm gonna go for the Viper ACR, the 2016 Viper ACR, because I personally believe that is one of the best handling cars. Well, it is basically for me, you know, the best handling car in Forza. It is a phenomenal handling vehicle, but I mean, I can't deny the fact that this would be quicker around the track. There is no denying that. I'm gonna try and go for a real big hot lap on here. You can sort of see I'm a little bit... Oh god, I'm a little bit terrified of it, and that's sort of why. Let's get it back on track. We've got one more lap after this to see what we can do. Got a 107 at the moment, which isn't too bad. Yeah. I mean, the worst bit is I'm sort of driving it, I'm sort of pussyfooting it a little bit. You really could. It does feel like the car's got so much more to give. Like, that's the first time through that sort of strange corner there, the one where there was a massive puddle on Forza 6. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of corners here at Sebring. But yeah, that corner right there, I was kind of lifting off for it, while it looks like you can just take it completely flat out, so that is actually pretty good. Right, let's try and push it for the final lap, see what we can do. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I do. The one thing I really like about this car is the fact that it is actually sort of letting you drive it. It's not like a Nissan GTR where it's just like you're basically just there, so it isn't an autonomous car. In this, you do. It is proper mechanical. It does feel it. It feels more soulful than a GTR ever could. You know, like yeah, sure, the GTR Nismo is a great car and all that, but yeah, it just takes that flat out completely flawlessly. I don't know why I was sort of lifting off last time. It is so quick. It's honest to God, like I said, I'm not a 911 fan, but this GT2RS, it is really good. You know, when we start Forza Top Gear laps, which should come back tomorrow, by the way, for those of you excited about it. You know, I can't wait to drive this car around that to see how it does. Because I could honestly see this car doing that good old number on our track. Not the cleanest lap. Unfortunately, I couldn't. I'm just too scared of it. That's the issue. Like, this car is quicker than I am. There's no doubt about that. As we come down to the final straight, what's the time we're shooting for? A 1:06.535 in the 911 GT2RS. Yeah, that is a bloody nice car to drive. That one really. Like it is, like I said, it is a proper mechanical feel about it. That's what I really like about this car. It sort of does feel like it's not you who, or it's you who's pushing it. It doesn't feel like a computer's doing it, which is quite nice. Hey, we're gonna level up. I'm gonna take the Lamborghini because it's free. Apparently wants to give me a 12C next time. Nice. Anyways, let's go and find out what we're going to be building to beat this, because like I said, I'm going to be using a Porsche for this, because if I wasn't, I'd probably just do my usual thing, which is build a Viper GTS, and it'd be quicker. Right, so what do we got? Turbo S is only 155k. Unfortunately, there's no way to sort by price. The 928 would be good. I don't think it would do it. 944 Turbo. I kind of, before I came here, I was sort of looking at these two. Between the Turbo and the Carrera, I think the Turbo probably... The Turbo should have bigger tyre lengths. How much is a 911 GT2? Just to check. Yeah, that's over the price of the new one. I think what we're going to do, we're going to buy this 911 Turbo 3.3. Now, I'm going to try and stick under 200,000 credits here, so... Well, let's see if there's any good designs for this. May as well sort of take as much time as possible. It's not going to load, is it? Nope. Yeah, that looks alright. Yeah, sure, we'll have that. It's a bit of a weird colour scheme, that one. But, yeah. I will get my calculator out. I'm going to limit us to 100 and... 50,000 credits. That's what we're going to try and build this for. So, minus 92,000, that gives us 58,000 credits to play with on this Porsche 911 Turbo. So, be interesting to see if we can go quicker with this car. Right, so we have the car. Right, let's go into upgrades. Right, first things first. Obviously, of course, it won't be road legal, but we do want big old race tyres, which is going to set us back 10,000 credits. But it is going to be worth it for doing that. Tyre widths, they come free. So, if it's homologation and it's letting me have it for free, yeah, we'll still take it off because it actually does say how much it would cost either way, 3,200. 315's on the rear. I would like more personally, but that isn't too bad. Right, that's tyres done. Aero, right. I'm assuming these are not... As much as I'd love to use these parts, we do need actual aerodynamics on this car, so that sets us back another 2,000, and the rear wing will probably do the same. So we will get that rear wing, which adds a tiny little sort of lip spoiler thing to it. So let's do that. 37,200 to play with. We'll come back to the rest of the body mods if we have disposable money. Right, engine swaps. What do we got? We could put a 3-litre flat 6 in this, or we can put a... Is that the Ferrari engine? We can't afford the Ferrari engine, and the flat 6 wouldn't really be worth it. Now, drivetrain swap. This is something I'm considering, maybe. Do I want to all-wheel drive swap it? All-wheel drive would make this... I kind of want to keep it rear-wheel drive, because the real car is... Twin turbos are a must, so yeah, we will have those for 1,800. Let's grab those. We're not making nearly enough power yet, which is a bit of a worry. Anyways, full brakes would be 1,950, and we do want brakes because stopping is nice. We will have the full race suspension kit as well for 3,100. Roll cage, hell yes, we need that because rigidity is going to be interesting in this car. That's leaves us with 29 grand, and full weight reduction because I think this car is going to be quicker by being lighter. So, there we go. 2,575 pounds currently, which is pretty good. Racing gearbox, I will need that. So let's grab that. And finally, because this is an old car, we will need a differential, which costs 2,250. Right. Well, it leaves us 22 grand to put into the engines. So let's do that. Kind of like it how the camera swirls around onto here to show you the engine. That's quite cool. So I will go for the full twin turbos. I want racing camshafts because I do. Leaves us with 13,800. Full exhaust system, which is 2,050. Which leaves us with 11,000 quid. Intercooler doesn't up the power all that much, so there. Air filter, yes, 1,800. I might have been able to sneak this under budget, actually, because I don't think we're going to need much more than this, to be honest with you. We'll put those in for 3,100. And we'll do one more upgrade. Do I stick the intercooler in? Might be worth the extra power, so sod it. We will go for that for 2,200. And that would leave us 4,650 quid to spare, so... should we get some... Does this make a difference? Apparently it boosts PI somehow. It ups the top speed slightly, so... How much is it? It's 100 quid, so sod it, I'll have that. Usually in these builds I try to spend all the budget. On this one I probably won't because... need to add to budget prices, so yeah, we'll go for that as well. So that's minus 100. That leaves us with 4,450 quid. So there you go. That is my rival to the GT2RS built. Not sure how this is going to go. Really not sure. Can we... There's a question. Can we still see that glorious engine? There you go. Look, it's a proper 911. You can see the engine. Worries for this car? Grip, primarily. The 911 GT2RS felt like you could push it. This, not so much. It really does not feel like this is going to get pushed particularly easily, but we shall see. Right, is it going to get angry about homologation? No, it isn't. Good. Need to make sure it doesn't get angry about homologation, because I don't care about homologation. So, yeah, right. We can't do that yet. Okay, no worries. Gotta wait for it to load. Loading times are pretty good on this game, although they are very random. Sometimes they'll be really quick like this, other times they'll sort of be not as quick, which is a bit strange, but oh well. Anyways, is there no way to... Huh. Interesting. I was going to say, can I look at the leaderboard so I can definitely remember what time it is, but never mind. I believe it's a 106.5, so that's what we're aiming for in our 911 GT2RS. Right, let's... well, the rev gauge is going to be useless. It feels quicker. There is no doubt about that. It feels like it accelerates a lot faster than that did. Whoa! Ooh! Can I take this flat out? I can! Hey, this might actually not be that bad. This car's known as being the one that causes all manner of death, so... yeah, this one actually doesn't feel that bad. Again, it is on racing tyres, which sort of like... you might be like, oh, that kind of ruins the point because the GT2RS is road legal. Yeah, it is, but I mean... let's see how well... I can't remember how much PI less this has. I believe it's S-Class. Sort of like how the normal GT2RS was. So... there we go. Onto the straightaway. What's our first lap time going to be in the mighty turbo nutter bastard? I don't think it's quite as quick flat out, which is kind of strange. I was expecting this to be a lot quicker than it is. Oh god, are we going to get stopped? We are just about going to get stopped. Yeah, brakes are not quite as sharp as they are on the new GT2RS, but I mean the handling. It handles. It doesn't feel as secure as that car did, but it doesn't feel too terrible. So, it's not too bad. Little bit understeery. Then again, the normal GT2RS was as well. There we go, around that corner. On the brakes. Come on. Yeah, it's pretty good. I quite like it, actually. It drives a hell of a lot better than I was honestly expecting it to. I was expecting this to fall to pieces. I really was not expecting this to deal with this particularly well. But you know what? It actually isn't bad. Gonna run out of grip there a little bit. 108.457 on our first flying lap. It is 2 seconds down on the 911 GT2RS, so that is something. Again, it's just worth... honest to God, though, this is not bad. Although, the GT2RS, to get like a good lap time, I sort of felt like I could drive that a little bit more confidently. I only like... it got good lap times. Ooh, God. Either way, this, it looks like you might have to push it. Good bit of a hefty knock there. I've only got... God damn it. It's okay. Ooh. Right, there we go. Get straight centered. There we go. Yeah, I'm currently running cosmetic damage only. I can't remember why. I think because the assists don't get you any more credits in... oh, I know what it was. I was basically cheating an endurance race, because the AI cheat endurance races anyway. If you don't know, as of right now, the AI doesn't do tyre wear, so they just go forever and ever and ever until they run out of fuel. So, basically on the endurance races, I was just trying to cheese it. So, yeah. Just so you know, that last lap was a 1:15, although admittedly that did have a clonk in the wall, and so on going with it. But yeah, honest to God, this is not... it's actually pretty good to drive. It actually, ironically enough, does drive kind of similar to the GT2RS, because my phone constantly goes off. yeah. Yeah, it does drive a lot like the GT2RS does, in the sense that it feels pretty sure-footed, but every now and again, it just gives you that little bit of a warning, like, hey, buddy, you're driving a 911, have some respect. You know, it does have a little bit about that of it, which I quite like. I quite like a car that keeps you on your toes. You know, as much as I do like my Viper ACR, and it's a great car and everything, the Viper never really keeps you on your toes. It's sort of very consistent, whereas this does give you a little bit more sort of like a, hey buddy, you know, watch out, because it can and will kill you at some point, which, yeah. You know, I mean, not the best tactic for a racing car, admittedly, but it's not terrible. Come on. Whoa, God, nah. Clip the curb. Oh well, we'll have one last lap. I don't, unfortunately, it doesn't look like our 911 is quite going to be getting up towards that GT2RS, especially if I take a curb like that. Right, time to stop being stupid. Although, admittedly, this lap was a throwaway anyway. Yeah, it's pretty good. It, honest to God, it is pretty good. There is no denying that, but, yeah. I would say, as far as a budget car goes, I mean, especially considering I've still got £5 left to spare, I mean, you could put more engine tuning into it. Maybe, if you put, I don't know, 200 grand into this, how would it turn out? I don't know. You know, maybe the Ferrari engine, for 40k. Because we could have literally just built this and put the Ferrari engine in it. I think currently this turbo engine's running 546 horsepower. So the Ferrari engine would have been slightly more powerful. You would have had a little bit more weight, but I don't know. Anyways, final lap. Let's try not to muck this up. The weird bit is I actually feel like I've got more of a feeling for this car than I ever did with the GT2RS. I was sort of a little bit scared of the GT2RS, so I was sort of pussyfooting it a little bit, whereas this does feel like I sort of have the confidence to really smash it in a little bit more, which is good. Because I like having sort of more confidence in my racing cars. Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit less grip at the absolute edge, but I mean, grip-wise, you know, it isn't bad at all. It's actually pretty good. I'd actually almost say it's a little bit better handling than the GT2RS is through some of these corners. I think it's just, its acceleration's great as well. I do think keeping it rear-wheel drive was definitely a good option, and that's something you can do a lot more in this game, I feel, than you could with, say, Forza Motorsport 5. You know, you really didn't want to rear-wheel drive swap cars and stuff. In this, it does look like we're sort of going back to that Forza 4 mentality of it's not too bad to do so. A 107.972 for the 911 that we built. So it is what? We'll find out in a second on the leaderboard. Oh. Apparently the leaderboard's a bit dim. Anyways, yeah. You know, we saw the Porsche. That was a 106.5 something something something. So this is about a second and a half behind it, but honestly, to get that extra second and a half, it doesn't feel like it would really need much at all. It feels pretty decent, which is good. Honest to God, it is actually a pretty good car, so yeah. That's this video anyways. Thank you all very much for watching. If you have any ideas for builds you'd like to see, or if you want me to sort of build some more cars on a budget, if this sort of interests you, you know, you've got some curiosity, I've got some cars I could do. I could build a Viper ACR on a budget or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, if you want to see more of these budget car builds, do let me know. If you want to see more car builds in general, let me know. And also let me know which cars you want to see get built. Stay tuned for Forza Top Gear laps tomorrow, and until next time, friends, thank you all very much for watching, and farewell.